So I can post it on Canvas for those who don't come to class. Who can't come to class, so they have the notes still.
It falls every time.
All right, my x-intercept. The important piece to remember here, it's where y equals 0. We're going to use the same equation, so we're going to use slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. But we have more information now. What do we know now that with the steps that we did? Okay, I know my b is -2. What else do I know? From the very first thing that we did. We know that m is 1/3. Okay? So we have y equals 1/3 x minus 2. So it's just a process of getting information and using that information over and over again. So my second step, I'm going to sub in 0 for y, because an x-intercept is where y is equal to 0. So instead of y, I'm going to put 0. And keep everything else the same. Okay. I'm going to stop there. What questions are there right there? What questions are there right there? Hold on. Sorry, what?
No, y and b. What?
The 0, would I put it in for y and b? Or would you ask?
What are they asking for?
We're finding the x-intercept. So this time, we know what y is supposed to be 0, because that's where my x-intercept is equal to 0 on y. So I need to solve for x as my last step. I need to figure out what my x is there. Yes.
Wait, so y is 0, substituting.
Okay. So my x-intercept is where y equals 0. Remember, again, your x-intercept is where it touches the x-axis. So it touches it right here. It doesn't go up or down anywhere. So that's where y is equal to 0. Okay? What was it? This one was just a point that we got from here. This is not describing the y-intercept. This is because I'm trying to find x, I know y is equal to 0. Okay? I could have put 0 here if I knew what 0's partner was, if it was one of the points there. Any other questions? If you have it, someone else might too. And I know you hear that in every class, but it's true.
I've never heard that.
You've never heard that? All right, so then my last step to figure out my x-intercept is solve for x. How am I going to isolate my x? I'm going to start by adding 2 to both sides. And yes, 0 is a number. Yes, you can add on to 0.
I thought that was a 3.
Where?
Negative. I thought,
What's 0 plus 2? And I'm running out of space. Equals 1/3 x. I'm going to do the rest on the sticky note. Divide by 1/3. So I'm writing with a division sign just because it's a fraction. So I don't get confused. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is 2 divided by 1/3?
I'm sorry, I kind of wasn't paying attention to the speaking of part.
Do you want? Can you see it? Do I need to put a different color?
See, I just wasn't paying attention to that part of what you said.
Okay. So I'm going to redo it. Maybe in a brighter color. So I need to get x by itself. Here they're multiplying because they're stuck to each other. So remember, I have to undo the multiplication by dividing by 1/3 on both sides. And I put the division sign just because it's already a fraction. I didn't want to put too many fraction signs to confuse you. Right, Angela? Mm-hmm. So if you're doing it by hand, yes. You would do, it's 2 divided by 1/3. Keep that, change this, flip this. Keep, change, flip. Back to elementary school fraction stuff. So what is that?
6.
Yep. So x equals 6. So that's my x-intercept.